Namaste and good evening, everyone. I have some very exciting information to give all of you. Most of you know that I am a very big Sai Baba Bhakt, his devotee. And first Thursday of every month, I conduct something called Sai Sandhya, which is bhajans and kirtans of Sai Baba at my house. Yesterday also was Hanuman Jayanti, which is a very, very powerful day. And I launched my book, Revelations of the Light, yesterday. Now, this book talks about my personal journey of when I was an atheist in my childhood. I did not believe in God. I did not follow any rituals or any practices, and how I was woken by the masters to come into the spiritual realm. So it's a very deeply personal journey that I have shared in this book of later on how I connected to Sai Baba, and even till date I call him my mentor, my guide, my best friend, literally my rock star. So the connection that I have with Sai Baba, there is snippets that I have put about, conversations that I've had with him, or different experiences that I've gone through while coming onto the spiritual path, and now that I'm so strongly connected to the masters, to Baba. Now let's talk. It is available on Amazon, Flipkart, and the Kindle edition. Please do buy it, read it, and do let me know whether you liked it or no. Thank you. Now let's talk about the energies of April, right? What does this month actually hold for us? So on 20th of March, we had the spring equinox. Now, there are two equinoxes that happen in a year. One is in March and one is in September. This year it's going to come on 23rd September, the autumn equinox. Now, equinox is a term where day and night are equal. That means the sun is directly above earth and night and day are the exact same length. This is a very powerful time for all of us where we definitely go through some kind of a transformation. Talking about the spring equinox, we have just sort of come out of the slumber of winter, where things are a little slow, they are a little, because of the cold, maybe because of the season, we are not very proactive, right? So it's a time when we actually slow down during winter. When spring equinox comes, this is a time when the sun actually gives us its full, powerful force energy. And sun sustains life. So this is a time when we're coming into fertility. We're coming into a new, let us say, area of our life. We're coming into renewal. We're coming into something where we have to let go of, everything old, let go of things that we don't want to carry forward in this year, and plant seeds for what we want to bring into fruition throughout this year. So it's a very, very important time, the spring equinox. And this is also the time when sun enters the zodiac sign of Aries. I have said this again and again. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So now it is literally the year for us. The English calendar will talk about January to December, but the Hindu calendar and astrologically, zodiacally, the year starts now, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So this is a time when you really have to think of, what you want to do, something new that you want to begin with, transform your life in any which way that you want, make the changes that you have been really hesitating about or really been afraid of to make. Right? So you come into a new persona because this is the first sign. So you are reinventing, let us say, yourself. Right? This is also, you can't just think about, that I want to change this in my life, or I want to do that in future, or I want to probably do a course of study, or I want to start a business, or I want to, whatever. I want to. Right? So that is something that is in our mind. Now is the time when you have to take intentional action. If you want to bring forward whatever has been, during the winter months when we have slowed down, when we are, a little easygoing, whatever was running in your mind, you need to now Bring intentional action into those aspects. That will lead to your transformation. So pay attention to what is coming to you constantly, what you need to let go of. We always say that I'm spring cleaning. Now, what does spring cleaning mean? That you are actually dusting your entire house. You're taking out the dust from maybe under your bed, under the carpet, opening your cupboards, cleaning up, in a major way, which otherwise you would just do a little bit of setting. But now in spring cleaning, where you are actually cleaning even the mattress, even your pillow, your blankets, or your duvet. See, spring cleaning is the time because the sun is powerful, right? So at that time, you can actually go into all these cleaning, this cleaning spree, and take away everything which is old, dusty, redundant. Remember what I said: intentional action. If you are still just thinking about it, I'll do it later. Maybe a little way down the line. I'm not very sure. I really don't know how to go about it. Nothing is going to happen. Imagine that the month of April, the entire month of April, is like a field of all possibilities. It's a very fertile field. Most of the farmers will plant their seeds now in the month of April, just before the monsoon season comes in. So they will plant the seeds now because they know that when the rain comes in and the water, the quantity of water that those crops require is given, the crops will come out absolutely beautiful. So imagine that the entire month of April is like a field of your life. And you have to sow what you want to achieve going ahead for the rest of the year. Rest of the year doesn't end in December. It will end in March when we come into Pisces. I'm talking zodiacally, right? Looking at the zodiac signs. So the year beginning is Aries for us and the year ending is Pisces. When you actually complete one circle or whatever you have planted in April. So let's just run over it. What is the thing that we need to remember? Literally, I would say there are 4 things. 1, April is a month of renewal and rebirth. So definitely try to reinvent yourself. Try to transform yourself to what you really want to be, what you want to become, right? Second is balance and harmony, because with the equinox, like I said, there is equal day and equal night. So we internally also have to come into perfect harmony. We have to come into balance of our alpha, omega, yin, yang, masculine, feminine energies. Procreation happens when masculine and feminine energies are in complete balance. And I'm not talking about a female and a male procreating to give birth to new life. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is internally, if your masculine and feminine energies are in perfect alignment, in perfect balance, you can procreate, you can bring forth whatever you want to achieve in life. Remember that, right? For the month of April. Next is, I would say, the third point that I would talk about is intuition and action. Now, intuition probably you've been getting since the slumber months of December, right? The winter months, when things are slow. So you have been getting intuitions, gut feelings that I should go in for that, or I should probably try that business, or I need to let go of this in my life. It could be personally, where a relationship is concerned, or it could be professionally, where maybe the staff is concerned, maybe the way you work, maybe, some changes need to be made in the way you've been moving ahead. Now, if that is coming as an intuition, if that has been coming as a gut feeling, April is the month to take action. The month to take action without any fear. Literally what I say, take a leap of faith. So this is the month when you can take that leap of faith and move and charge ahead. Action is extremely important. The sun will give us the energy. It will boost us. It will give us the power. But unless and until we take the first step, nothing is going to really move forward. The universe cannot help those who don't help themselves. Right? So you have to take that action, the first steps in making those changes in your life. And the last point that I would like to go again over is release and clearing. Let go of all that you don't want to take forward in your life. So with that, I've explained the energies of April. It's going to be very powerful. After the winter months where climate has been a little cooler and it has been a little milder, let's say, you come into the high super force of the sun. I'm already here. It's become so hot that it's unbelievable, right? So the sun is giving its complete power, giving power so that we as humans can take advantage of that and sow the seed of what you want to really come out with in your future. Take advantage of that, my dear friends, right? So now with that, let's begin the oracle card reading for the month of April. And we begin with Aries, which is actually the sun sign that we have come into right now. Bring in compassion and boundaries. Now, these are very opposing cards that have come up because, when I see the card boundaries, it is like hold your space, don't let others interfere in your space. Those people who are really, affecting you in a negative manner or try to protect your space, try to learn how to say no, where you're clear, where you're laying down complete boundaries that you can only come this much in and no more, right? That is the card that boundaries actually foretells. Now here, bring in compassion. How can you bring in compassion if you don't allow others to enter your space? Very opposing, let us say, cards that have come up. But as I'm looking at the cards, it's sort of telling me that you can still bring in compassion while at the same time maintaining your boundaries. Let's look at, Archangel Michael here. I do that every morning, a couple of times in a day actually, where you create this shield of white light around you. And you are sort of protecting your space because, of course, you don't want any heavy, harsh, dark or negative energies to enter you. So you create this shield of white light, asking Archangel Michael to do that for you. He always calls it a semi-permeable shield. So what do you mean by semi-permeable? But all that is good for you will enter you. But all that is negative will hit the shield and fall off. It will not enter you. Same way, reverse, let's look at it in the reverse, that whatever you need to give out, the goodness, the compassion, the love, the caring, the joy that you need to give out will definitely come out of you, so that you have to be compassionate to others who are not as fortunate as you are, and at the same time maintain your boundary, which is the shield that we are creating around us, right? So Aries, what you need to do now is go out a little bit. I'm not saying actually physically go out. I'm saying from your heart. Go out and reach out to those people who require some kind of help, who require some kind of support. Anything. It could be even a listening ear. It could be helping them with some information that they require. It could be probably helping them financially, to the extent that you can, whatever. But reach out to the others. Remember one thing, my dear friends, that when you start reaching out to others, when you start becoming more compassionate, more loving in your heart area actually starts expanding. It becomes bigger and bigger because there is so much more that you want to hold within you, right? So Arians, do go out and reach out to those people, but the other card is boundaries. So you have to maintain your boundaries. Do not allow other people who probably cause a disturbance in you, who probably bring a kind of a negative feeling in you, do not allow them to come into your space. Very clearly learn how to say no, right? Now let's look at what we have for Taurus. Okay, so the cards that have come up for Taurans is clear space for new and abundance. Now, of course, this is a very, very positive card that has come up for Taurans, and it says that I was just talking about what all we need to do in the month of April because of the equinox that has just happened in March. Clearing is very, very important, right? So you need to let go of all that you feel has become redundant in your life, that you feel no longer brings you joy, brings you happiness, that you feel is just a burden that you're carrying, and burdens are always energy burdens. So why do you want to make your energy more heavy? So this is the time, especially in the month of April, my dear Taurans, what you really need to do is look at your life through a magnifying glass. Look at every area of your life, look at every aspect of your life. Now, when we talk about personal life, look at all your relationships. It could be your close interpersonal relationships with your family, with your extended family. It could be even relationships with your friends or colleagues, acquaintances. Look at them with a magnifying glass and really understand. Let the energy talk to you. Understand whether having a cup of coffee with that person or sitting down and having a chat with the person or going out for a party with the person, whether it fills you with happiness, with joy, or whether it leaves you with a niggling feeling, a kind of, I'm not feeling too good today. I don't know. I just went out and I'm not really feeling very happy. Understand that. Every human being now needs to become more intuitive to energies around us. So you need to literally look through a magnifying glass at all your relationships in the personal life and also in your professional life. You need to look at what you need to let go of. It could be, like I said, a colleague. It could be anyone. It could be certain changes that you need to bring. Clear space for new. Because unless and until you do not clear your space, how can anything new enter you? This is a story that I've said before, but I would repeat it once again. Once a monk goes up to Lord Buddha and he says that, Master, fill me with light. And what does Lord Buddha says? Empty your cup. Your cup is already so full to the brim that even if I send light, if I pour light on you, it will just overflow. Empty your cup. What did he mean by that? Empty your ego, empty your anger, empty, the negative vices that you are carrying within you. Empty your cup so that when I pour my light, your cup will get refilled. Right? So, Taurans, definitely you have to clear space because something new is coming. See, the other card came up was abundance. That means something new is really, really coming to you. It could be some very beautiful relationships coming in your life. It could be maybe some job opportunities coming, maybe some business ideas coming into your life. But until and unless you don't clear your energy field of everything that you are still holding on to, mostly consider holding on to, negative energies like anger, judgment, any vices that you have, grudges. Clear all that. One Zodiac year has ended in March. Right? A new cycle is beginning in April. Why do you still want to carry that grudge? Why do you still want to carry that anger because of someone said something somewhere in the past? No point. Clear it out so that your field, your energy field becomes more vibrant. There is space for the new to come into you so that you'll be able to absorb it in a better manner. And the new definitely will take you towards abundance because that's the other card that has come up for you. Now let's see what comes up for Gemini. Inner wisdom and freedom. Now, Geminis, when I'm looking at this card, it's giving me a feeling that probably lately you have been going through a lot of mental pressure, a lot of mental stress, a lot of confusion, about certain aspect of your life. And that's where you've started feeling very heavy. Your energies have started feeling very heavy. You are feeling depleted. You are feeling as if, there's something there, but I just don't know what it is. And I'm just not feeling good enough. I'm just not feeling, healthy enough or more positive enough, right? This is the month where freedom will come to you. And how will it come to you? Through your inner wisdom. So you need to pay attention to your gut instincts. You need to pay attention to what is coming out from inside of you. What are the changes that you need to make? What are the alterations maybe that you need to make or something? And when you do that, when you pay attention to your gut instinct, when you pay attention to what is coming, maybe in your dream state, maybe when you're daydreaming, or maybe just something that is coming out of you, that I need to let go of this, I need to change this in my life, I need to do my business in this manner, or I need to, learn, study a little bit more about this. Whatever comes to you as a gut feeling, as an instinct, follow that. Because when you follow that, freedom. That means all the mental confusion that you have been carrying for the past few months will dissipate, leaving you much lighter, much freer, much more expanded. Understand that every time we allow something negative, something harsh, something heavy to go away from our energy field, we come into an expanded state of energy. So Geminis, you need to focus, you need to pay more attention to your inner knowingness, your inner gut instinct, and that when you follow those instincts that come to you, you will achieve a sense of freedom. And with that, of course, new ideas will come up, new information will come to you, on how to go ahead for the rest of the year in your life. Cancer. So cards that have come up for Cancer is let go of resistance and resolve differences. Now these two cards go very well together, because only when you let go of your resistance, that means there is something that you have made up in your mind about a person or a business proposition or whatever, will you be able to move forward. And how do you let go of your resistance? By resolving your differences. Right? So what you need to do, that if there is something heavy, if there is a heavy energy between you and another person, maybe in your personal life or maybe in your place of work or your business or whatever, sit down and have a chat with them. Sit down and talk to them heart to heart, without any preconceived notions, without any pre-planned ideologies in your mind. Just sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk with a person, that I felt very bad about this, or this is not what I thought, this is not the way I thought you would behave, or anything, whatever it is that is disturbing you. When you sit down with a person and have that heart-to-heart talk, you're actually resolving your differences. Because sometimes it could be just something in your mind which is not even the truth. But you're holding on to that, thinking that yes, your perception of how that person spoke or how they behaved is what is, holding, which has a very tight hold on your energy. And when you actually sit down and talk to that person, you realize that this was such a simple thing, and why was I holding on to that grudge? Why was I still thinking about it constantly and making my energies go haywire? Right? So this is the month for you, my dear Cancerians, to sit down and resolve all your differences. And in resolving your differences, of course, you have to let go of resistance. So don't have any pre-planned notions, pre-planned concepts, pre-planned, whatever about another person. Go a little easy. Literally, I would say go with the flow. But first, what you need to do is resolve your differences. Right? And in that, you will realize that I was just holding on to something that really did not have value. And all it did was disrupt my own energy field. This is again renewal. This is again clearance. This is, all what the month of April holds for all of us. Leos. So the cards that have come up for Leos is affirmations and relationships. Okay, so looking at these cards is telling me that you Leos probably are disturbed about some relationship in your life, right? It could be personal relationships, it could be business related relationships, it could be something, but there is some relationship which is causing a lot of stress, it's causing a lot of strife, it's causing a lot of uneasiness in you. What you need to do to resolve those relationships, to bring them on an even keel, is affirmations. Affirmations are not something that is already pre-written, or it's somewhere on Instagram, or it's somewhere in when you Google affirmations and all. I would say that the affirmations that you need to come out with is something that comes from your heart, because only then will you believe a lot in it, when something comes out from your heart. So probably the simplest affirmation that you will use now in the month of April, where you are trying to settle your relationships, is I have the most positive relationships in my life. Only the good comes to me. Only the best relationships come to me. Simple. Anything that comes out from your heart. But yes, you have to come out with you have to recite some positive affirmation to settle all your relationships. Because both these cards have come together, hand in hand. So I know many people who sit down and journal. So maybe make it, make affirmation, make a constant in your mind to say that 21 times I'm going to write down this affirmation. If you're the one who likes to journal, if you're the one who likes to write it out. Otherwise, say 21 times I'm going to recite the same affirmation. First of all, think of the affirmation. You create your own affirmation. I have the most beautiful, loving relationships in my life. Anything, whatever you think of. And don't focus only on one person, with whom probably you're having a very difficult time, or a very traumatic time in that relationship. Don't focus on only one person. Why do you want to tighten the reins, let's say? Keep it wide, keep it open-ended. I have the most beautiful relationships in every which way in my life. So it could be encompassing all your relationships, personal, professional, anything, right? But because the card affirmation has come out for you, my dear Leos, this is something that you have to do. So either you sit and journal 21 times. 21 is the magic word. Anything that is done 21 times actually comes into reality. So, I always tell people that if you want to give up a habit, or you want to inculcate a new habit, right? If you do it consecutively for 21 days, it is done. So when you're trying to give up a habit, 21 days, if you can go without that habit, you will never get back to it. And if you want to inculcate something new, like maybe a new exercise regime, or maybe new healthy way of eating, if you do it for 21 days consecutively, it becomes a part of you. So that is why I'm saying these affirmations that you have to recite, or either you recite or you write down, should be for minimum 21 times each day that you will write it down. And then see, suddenly all your relationships become so beautiful. Suddenly love comes pouring to you from every end, and you can give that love back to the others. Now let's see what card comes up for Virgos. Okay, so doorway is opening, but the card that has come with it is higher truth. So doorway is opening is, a very positive card, where I say that something new is coming into your life. Maybe, of course, whenever anything new comes into your life, it does bring a lot of abundance, a lot of change with it. It does bring something very positive in your life. That is the doorway opening, which is the normal, let us say, meaning of that card. Here it's come with higher truths. That means that maybe you're embroiled in some legal matter, maybe there is some kind of, tension around you, and you really need to get an answer to how to go ahead, or how to resolve that particular thing that you're going in for, because you are looking for higher truths. Maybe someone is maligning you unnecessarily, or some negative, let's say, gossip is going around about you. You need people to realize the higher truth. Or maybe there are questions in your mind that you need to find answers for, So anything, higher truths can have a lot of different meanings. Now, when this card has come with doorways opening, that means this is the month, my dear Virgos, where truth will be revealed. What you have been waiting for such a long time, what you have been literally hoping for, expecting, This is the month, April, for you, my dear Virgos, that those higher truths will be revealed, because those doors are opening up. How they open, where they open, in what manner, leave it up to the universe. But yes, everyone will come to realize where you stand and what your truth is. Beautiful cards that have come up for Virgos. Something very, literally it'll be like a lightning, where your energy field becomes more light, more free-flowing, more easygoing. Because truth will come out, and whoever or in whatever way you've been misaligned or judged will come to light. Libra. Listen to your intuition and self-love. Self-love meaning literally taking care of yourself, giving yourself some tender, loving care, what we call TLC, right? April month, my dear Librans, do not forget, you have to prioritize looking after yourself, whether it is a change in your diet, whether it is an exercise regime, whether it is, working with releasing all that is causing a heaviness in your life. Many a times people feel that we've come into this world only to help other people. We've come into this world to be there for other people. And especially women, not so much now, but earlier it was like they only gave. They gave to their parental home, they gave to their family that they got married into, to their husband, to their in-laws, to the children, not taking care of their own self. Times have changed, my dear friends. And especially the masters have said, since 2020, priority is looking after yourself. And understand one thing, you are not being selfish in that. Energy is shifting so rapidly. 2032 is, the timeline that was given to us in 2019, that in 2009, that this 2032 would be the timeline when literally Earth will rebirth itself, and fifth dimension, all those souls who are ready will go into the fifth dimension, right? This is a time when each one of us have to make those changes within ourselves, have to connect to our own higher source. Please understand that if we do not do that, we are burning ourselves out. Then how can we be there to help others? We have to first help ourselves so that we are there to help others. Make sense? Of course it does. So for the month of April, especially if this card self-love has come up for Librans, you need to focus not on the outside world, inner world. Do whatever it is that needs to be done. Maybe go for a medical checkup, maybe take care of your health, like I said, your diet, or whatever it is. De-stress. Do something creative where you can de-stress completely. Maybe listening to the right music, painting, drawing, photography, going out in nature. Do anything that de-stresses your mind. Focus for the month of April for Librans should be self-love, taking care of yourself. The other card that came up with that was listen to your intuition. So your intuition will tell you what you need to do to bring your mind, body, soul in perfect balance. The entire month of April, you Librans literally have to focus on bringing your mind, body, soul into balance. I would greatly advise Librans to do some form of meditation, some form of yoga, some form of Tai Chi, or go in for some spiritual healing. Because this is the month when you need to align all your bodies together. And we do at points in our life need help. We do need to reach out to others to bring that alignment into us. At the same time, listen to your intuition. Focus on that, what is coming from your intuition. Do not delay getting your health checkups done if you've not been feeling well. Do not delay getting into a healthy exercise routine. Do not delay into starting eating more healthy food. it is a priority for you for the month of April. And if you can do that, when you feel strong enough, when all your bodies are in perfect alignment, in perfect connect, of course, you will feel stronger enough when that happens to you. Then you can go out and help other people. Then you can give a hand and help them come up to that point of enlightenment, that point of alignment, where then they can go, go on their own journey, on their own path. But especially for Librans, take care of yourself for the entire month of April. Now we pick up cards for Scorpions. Emotional well-being and clarity. So this is again, a card that says that maybe emotionally you've been through a lot in the past few months. I'm not talking only about last month, but what I'm picking up from the card, that for the past few months, emotionally you've literally felt wrung, with the demands, with the commands on you, where you feel that, hello, I just need a breather. I just need to breathe easy. There are so many responsibilities that you have to handle at a given point of time, where you're literally feeling drained out, literally wrung. You're feeling completely broken. And when we talk about emotional body, it is more relationships. Emotional body is always more connected to your relationships. So some relationship in the immediate past has been causing a lot of grief to you. It has been causing a lot of unrest, a feeling of uneasiness, no stability, a feeling of, is my foundation shaking? Where do I stand? Which way do I go? With all the responsibilities that are there on you and relationships. Because emotional body is always targeted by relationships. This is the month that you, my dear Scorpions, need to take care of your emotional well-being. Come what may. Literally the other card that came out, boundaries, you also need to learn how to put your boundaries down. You need to learn only this and no more. I can come up to this level, I can be there for you till this point and no more. Right? That way you will start making your emotional body stronger. And once you strengthen your emotional body, then you're ready again to do whatever you need to do. By doing that, by actually looking at every relationship and, creating those boundaries and, making certain rules for yourself of how much you will be there for another person, how much responsibility will you take up of other people, there you will come to a sense of clarity. I sometimes feel, not sometimes, I should say many a times I feel that you actually do a disservice if you're all the time helping another person. Because then they start using you as a crutch. And that is not empowerment. You're not empowering that person. You are actually making them feel more weaker. Because without you, they can't do anything. You are there to take all their decisions. You are there to take care of the well-being. You are there to handle every challenge that they have to go through, which they have brought in the blueprint, and they should be going through that challenge. But you are there for them all the time. Why? Because they are close relationships. Because you care for them, you love them. But don't you realize that you're actually becoming a crutch for that person? You're not allowing them to take care of their own challenges. You're not giving them a chance to become stronger, to find out how strong, and each human being has strength inside them. No one can come and tell me that, no, I am very weak, or I can't handle this, or I cannot go through this challenge. I need help all the time. Sorry. I will not accept it, and the masters do not accept it. Every person has that inner strength inside of them. All they need to do is recognize it. And once they recognize it, then it keeps becoming stronger and stronger. So you Scorpions, if you're there all the time for other people, you are not empowering them. You are actually making them handicapped. This is the month where you look at, all the relationships in your life and be very clear that I am going to help to give you the initial start. After that, you're on your own. After that, you have to move on from there. I'm not going to hold your hand all the time. I mean, let's take a very simple example. When a child is born and they first start learning how to walk, of course the parents will give a helping hand to the child. They hold the hand of the child and they teach the child how to walk. Do they continue holding the hand of that child as the child becomes 10 years or 20 years or 30 years? Of course not. Initially, yes, you will give them a helping hand. You will teach them how to walk. And you will make them recognize that they have the ability to walk alone by themselves. This is the same situation. So if you Scorpions are always there for others, how are you going to empower them? How are you going to make them realize that they also have that strength inside of them to actually not just walk, to run? This month, Scorpions, pay attention to that. Emotional well-being, look at all your relationships. Look at where you are becoming a crutch for other people. And when you start doing that, a lot of clarity will start coming into your mind. You will actually start feeling, more easy in your mind. You will start feeling good about life in general. Sagittarius. Let's see what we pick up for Sagittarius. So the cards that have come is grounding and change is inevitable. So as I always say, change is the only constant, and we all human beings should be ready for any kind of change that comes into your life. Life cannot be on an even keel all the time. You wouldn't grow otherwise, right? If you think that when I was a teenager, I looked like this and I had this figure and I have this body and I don't want to change, how will you go on in age? Same way, if you are content with what is there in your life right now, you cannot have that for all of life. Suddenly some twist will come, suddenly some change will come, suddenly some turn will come. Where is the challenge if life is on a smooth, even keel? I would actually say that life becomes very boring if it moves on that one keel for years on end. You will actually get bored of life because there is no challenge, there is no excitement, there is nothing that you need to refigure, redo, So life would become very boring. Change is the only constant. Change in every which way. Change in maybe your residence, change in your location of the country that you are staying in. Change could be anywhere, right? Change in the way you perceive things, change in your thought patterns. You are not still holding on to the same thought that you held on to even 10 years back. You have evolved. Your thought patterns have changed. Your belief systems have changed because life has taught you that. Because through all the experiences that you've gone through in life, your thought, your way of looking at things, your way of perceiving things has definitely changed. So some change is coming to you in the month of April, my dear Sagittarians. What is important here is your grounding. If you are very strongly rooted, if you are very strongly grounded, then the change does not scare you. It does not make you completely lose your equilibrium. Let's take, for example, and I always try to give very simple examples so we can understand better. I'm giving you an example of maybe a herb or a shrub, and I'm giving you the example of an oak tree. Climate has changed. From winter, we have come into summer, right? And we've been having a lot of lashing rains in the past few days. When these rains come, or when the season changes, the herbs or the shrubs probably die out because they're seasonal. What about the old oak tree? It is still where it is. Let there be sun, let there be snow, let there be rain, let there be gusts of wind. The oak tree does not lose its equilibrium. Why? Because its roots are deeply embedded in the ground. So whatever change comes in the weather conditions, in everything outside, the oak tree doesn't lose its equilibrium, it doesn't lose its balance. While the herbs and the shrubs and everything will fall out, will die, whatever, it'll happen to them because their roots are weak. Okay? this way, to be ready to accept any change in your life. And this goes for everyone. Of course, this card has come out for Sagittarians, but I would say it goes for every human being. Change is always going to come in our lives in some form or the other, right? What we need to be very careful about is our grounding. The deeper our roots are, when these winds of change come, they do not scare us. We can handle them in a very positive manner. We can still look for the silver lining in that dark cloud that comes in our life if we are grounded. At that time, our mental mind says, whatever is opening up for me, whatever change is coming for me, whatever is coming in my future is going to be for my highest good. So instead of the change scaring you, shaking you, making you come into fear, when you say this, that whatever is opening up for me is for my highest good going ahead, you actually absorb the change, you actually accept the change in a very positive manner. And I always say, like attracts like in energy. In the energy field of the universe, like attracts like. So if you are positive from inside, that this change has come, yes, of course it does scare us a bit initially. But then when you can start thinking positively that whatever change is coming in my life is going to be for my highest good. Trust me and believe the universe that where you are going next is going to be even more beautiful than that what you are just leaving behind. But the grounding, your roots have to be very deeply grounded. Your point of stability should not shake. Your foundation should not shake. So if you are very strongly, if you have created a very strong foundation of your life, if you have created a point of stability in your life, when the change comes, it doesn't scare you. In fact, you accept it in a very positive manner, and then only positive comes back to you. So Sagittarians, I would rather say pay attention to your grounding. Become more deeply grounded. And then let any change come, you will accept it very beautifully. Now let's talk about Capricorns. Capricorns, open your mind and field of possibilities. Oh wow, this is lovely, because initially when I just began the oracle card reading, I told you all that the entire month of April for everyone is like a field of possibilities. We have to sow what we want to reap in the coming year, right? Aries is the first sign of the Zodiac. That means you are beginning a new year now. So you have to sow what you want to reap for this entire till we come back to Pisces. Next year in February when we come back, February, March when we come back to Pisces, right? So for Capricorns, this has come that this is a field of possibilities. You need to open your mind. Open your mind. That means don't have very restrictive thoughts in your mind to say that, I want to achieve only this, or I want to go ahead and do only that, and this is what I have learned, or this is the way I've been conducting my business or taking care of my life. Open your mind. There may be something even more beautiful coming into you. But if you have sort of cordoned off, restricted your mind in a very narrow concept, then even if something beautiful is coming, even if something new is coming, even if something more powerful is coming, because you have created this cage in your mind, it will not come in. So you need to have a very open mind to say that I am going to, and the field of possibility is there for you for this month. So you have to keep a very open mind to say that I am planting seeds of abundance, of happiness, of love. Be expansive. Don't restrict yourself that I want to earn only this much in the months going ahead. No, why do you want to hold yourself back? I am planting seeds of love, of joy, of happiness, of abundance, of beautiful relationships in my life, of everything good flowing into me. That way you have opened your mind to say that there are so many different possibilities. And that is a seed that you've planted in that field for this month. You don't know what the future will get to you. You don't know how far you can go. You don't know where all you'll reach. Right? So this month, Capricorns, be extremely open. If there is any shifts coming in your life, if there is any area of your life that is undergoing a change, undergoing a process of change, allow it to happen. Do not come into fear. There's one thing that I would very strongly tell the Capricorns, that do not let fear hold you back. We humans sometimes are very stupid. We literally follow the phrase, known devil then the unknown ghost. So we know what the known devil is. Even if it is a devil in our life, which at least we recognize the devil, we know what the devil will bring us. Then the unknown ghost. So the unknown is what scares human beings. But this month, you have to be expansive to say, I don't know where the future is going to take me. I don't know what's going to happen to me in my life going ahead. But I am open and I receive it with open arms. I am ready to embrace it all. And when you do that, you have planted the right seeds in your field of possibility that has opened up for you in the month of March. Things can change beautifully, abundantly. Right? Don't restrict yourself for this month, Capricorns. Aquarius. Expectations and confusion. So obviously this card, when I'm looking at the card, is telling me that yes, you Aquarians also have been having a lot of confusing thoughts in your mind, maybe from when the year began. That is what the feel I'm getting from the card. So since the year began, or late December, there is a lot of confusion in your mind about maybe a personal relationship in your life, or where your business is going, or what do you need to do in your future if you're still in a limbo, not really very certain about which way you want your life to take you ahead, or where you want to go. Lots of confusion in your mind, because the card that has come up is confusion for you, right, Aquarians? So there are lots of things literally filling up your mental mind, where answers are not coming. And these confusing thoughts have come because of your expectations. You expect from yourself to do better than where you are now. You expect things to change, maybe in your relationships, maybe in your business, maybe in the job that you're working. Your expectation is actually causing that confusion. Right? My advice would be, take it a little easy. Don't run yourself so hard that you actually lose the race. Let's talk about the tortoise and the hare. The hare wanted to win, it expected to win because it's a better runner. The tortoise is a slow runner. So the hare expected of themselves. So there was a lot of ego, let us say, in the hare. There was a lot of pride in the hare. There was that superficial confidence that I'm a much faster runner, I'm going to win the race. Right? Because the hare had that expectation of himself. Midway, he just went to sleep. Because he knew the tortoise is going to take a long time. So let me just take a little nap. And what happened in the end? The tortoise won. So don't beat yourself so hard. Don't be so harsh on yourself. We are all humans. We are bound to make mistakes. We are bound to learn from the mistakes that we make. We have to learn from the challenges that come up in front of us. We become stronger when we go through those challenges. So don't push yourself too hard. Don't run yourself so thin by expecting too much out of you. Because what is happening lately in your life, because this is what the card is telling me, this is what intuitively I'm feeling, that because you expect so much of yourself, of what you want to achieve in life, or where you want to reach in life, it's causing more and more of a confusion in your mental mind. And remember, if there is a lot of heaviness in the mental or the emotional mind, you start feeling a dis-ease in your physical body. And God forbid, if you cannot clear off that heaviness in your mental mind or your emotional mind, you actually come in for the disease. As of now, it is just a dis-ease. But if you cannot clear it in time, it becomes a disease. Do not allow that to happen. Stop expecting so much out of yourself. It could be even people expect you to reach greater heights. People expect you to do even better than what you're doing. People expect a lot in a relationship which is not there in you to give. Stop it. Stop it. Because that is causing all the confusion in your mind. Whether it is your own expectation or whether it is expectation from other people. Rest a little easy. Take it slow. Slow down a bit. Take it gentle with yourself. And that's when the confusion, the tremendous confusion you have been in for the past couple of months will start easing out. And now we come to the last sign, but not the least, the Pisces. Faith and positive thoughts. Both these cards very beautifully blend together. They go very well together because if you have positive thoughts in your mind, right? Of course, your faith will take you to where you are supposed to be going. Your faith will make you reach the end conclusion. Vice versa, if you have faith that things are going to work out just right for me, obviously your thoughts will be positive. These two cards coming together tells me that you have to be someone who does not get browbeaten by what is happening around you, by what people are saying, by situations that are happening around you, by the challenges that you're facing right now, because you are at all points of time maintaining a very positive thought because you have the faith inside of you to say that things will work out right for me. That's the way we all human beings need to be. So even in circumstances, when circumstances are taking a toll on us, when they are, sort of becoming a little heavy for us, two things that we need to maintain is faith that I will overcome this, right? And the second thing that we need to maintain is positive thought. I will overcome this. So they go very beautifully together. So for the month of April, whatever is happening in your life, whatever you are facing right now, whether these are burdens that are heavy on you, whether these are challenges that you are facing, whether responsibilities that have come to you or that you are facing right now, keep these two things very strongly in your mind. The faith that sooner or later things will work out just fine. And as you say that, you're actually reciting a positive affirmation. Now, instead of saying sooner or later, I know things are going to work out just right for me. I believe and I completely trust the universe that things are going to work out just right for me. So when you maintain these two things, faith in the universal energy, positive thought that I'm not going to get browbeaten by whatever is happening around me, but I'm going to maintain a positive thought that things will work out, of course it will. Maybe going ahead in life, in the next couple of months, everything around you will change, but all for the positive. Because you did not allow your faith to break. You did not allow negative thoughts to enter you. You maintained that positive force inside of you. And as I said, in energy, like attracts like. So when there is positivity coming out from you, positive things, situations will come into your life, right? So with that, we come to the end of the Oracle card reading for the month of April, and I will see you all back in the first week of May. Stay blessed always.